Hey, how's it going, guys? Team TRE here, also known as the man that reviews everything. In today's video, we will be discussing Stranger Things Season 4. Now, this will be a spoiler video for those of you who have not seen Season 4 or the entire show. Maybe go watch it first and then come back and see what I have to say. But with all that being said, let's get into the video. So in this video, I'm going to talk about what I do like about the season and what I didn't like about the season, and also just mention some of my favorite parts and kind of critique the little things that I didn't like, and talk about what I think will happen in the next part of the season that comes out July 1st. So starting off, let's talk about the things I did not like. So right off the bat, the thing I did not like is the fact that they split this season into two parts. Why? Especially the last two episodes. Why? I'm mad because this episode that I just finished watching moments ago just ended, and I wanted to finish the entire season, and now I can't because I have to wait till July 1st, and I just sound like a whining baby right now. God, but I'm sorry. That's just my frustration with it because I want to finish the season, man. I want to know what happens next, and I'm sure all of you do too. So I don't like that. Starting off with that, I don't like that. Another thing, the whole relationship between Mike and Will. What's up with that? I'm not mad that Will has a crush on Mike. I'm not. If he wants to have a crush on Mike, then go for it. Let him have a crush on Mike. But the thing I did not like about that was they weren't open as I think they should have been with Will's sexuality. Because from what we just got in the season was Will made a painting of Mike. We can all probably assume that, of him and Mike. Will just staring at Mike in random occasions. That's all we really got. We didn't get anything physical like a touch on the shoulder or just, something a little bit more open than just looks. Because I'm sure that's what they were trying to do. I'm sure the audience picked up on Will being gay. Let him be a little bit more open with it. But I know it's probably hard because I'm trying to think of that time, which is in the 80s. And back then, being open with your sexuality and being gay was not easy for a lot of people to take in, and a lot of people actually didn't like it back then. So I understand that Will's probably afraid to come out and be openly gay, and he's also probably scared to lose his friendship with Mike, and I understand that too. But as an audience, I would want to see a little bit more. And something I did want from that too was maybe even somebody else in the show noticing that Will has a crush on Mike. And if I would have to choose a character to see that, I would want it to be Jonathan, because Jonathan is Will's brother and he can have heartwarming conversations with Will and talk about it. Give us, the audience, a little bit more insight onto how Will actually feels. So if they would have done that, I would have liked that whole situation a lot better. But they didn't, and I'm hoping that either in these last two episodes they do something with it, or in the next season they carry on with that storyline a little bit more. Another thing I didn't really like, I wasn't a big fan of the whole Hopper Russian storyline. I don't know, it wasn't interesting to me. I mean, it was some parts. I was kind of intrigued and curious to see what happens, but for most of it, it was probably the weakest storyline out of the other three. I mean, so in total 4 storylines, and that one being the weakest. But that ending of that storyline, where they have to fight the Demogorgon, that scene was gnarly. There was a lot of blood, a lot of violence, and that was pretty scary, not gonna lie. It was a good scene. I really liked it. One of my favorite scenes out of the entire show. But other than that, the whole storyline kind of just fell flat for me. I wasn't really interested at all. The whole Yuri aspect too, none of that really hooked me. I mean, the only thing I did like out of that was the character of Murray. He was goofy and funny. It was just different compared to the other storylines where it was more serious and kind of a darker tone, where on this one it was kind of more, it was just comedic relief in a way. And so I wasn't really a big fan of that storyline, honestly. I really wasn't. I think my major and biggest flaw, or something I just didn't like about this season, was the fact that they were all split up. I don't like when shows or movies do that. They split up the main characters and they give you different storylines. I don't. I really don't like that. I just wanted them to all be together in this season and have to fight Vecna. I wanted that really bad, and I wanted their storylines to connect. Why are Jonathan, Mike, and Will so far from Hawkins? I mean, I understand that at the end of season 3, they show us 11, Will, Jonathan, and I think that's it. They all left to California while everybody else stayed back in Hawkins. And so, I mean, okay, at the end of season 3, I was like, okay, I get it. They're probably just going to bring them back all together in season 4. There's going to be a big bad that they have to fight, and they all have to come back and defeat it. That's what I thought was going to happen in this season, but they all just stayed disconnected the entire season. I mean, I'm sure in these last 2 episodes that will come out, they will reconnect everybody again to save Nancy, but I wanted them to be together again. I don't know, but we're gonna get most of that in like later seasons, I bet, and these final 2 episodes. But that was my biggest flaw with this show. I just didn't like that. That's a personal thing that I have to deal with and get over. But now I want to talk about the things I did like about this season. This season was probably my most favorite season out of the entire show. I know I just said things that I don't like about it, but there is just so many good things that I have to take out of this show that outweigh the bad. Starting off with the 3 storylines, the 3 other ones, so powerful, so meaningful. All of them had a good story to tell. Starting off with Eleven's story. Back at the lab, re-going through her memories and seeing everything before the show started. That storyline to me was a prequel to Eleven's story. We get to see 1, and to see 1 for the first time and have it. I don't know what that guard's name was. I forgot his name, and I just watched it right now. But the guy who ends up being Vecna, I saw that coming from a while. I don't know if anybody else can see that coming, but I remember when I first saw him and he started talking, he gave me weird, creepy vibes, and I was like, is he Vecna? And he was so invested into helping Eleven escape, and he was just like, you and me are alike. He kept saying that so much, and that just kept giving me hints. I was like, this man might be Vecna. And it was right. He was Vecna, and he's actually really powerful, and it just sets up a final battle that I cannot wait for. I really liked Eleven's storyline a lot, and I liked that we got to dive deep into her history and learn a lot more about her and everything she's come from. So I thought that was a good storyline, and probably one of my favorites, honestly. Another storyline that I really liked a lot was everything happening back in Hawkins with Dustin, Lucas, Max, everybody. You know what I'm talking about. That storyline with Eddie. I liked everything going on, and the cops thinking that they're all a part of this cult, and they're the basketball team. That guy, God, he's annoying. I don't know if anybody else thinks he's annoying, but he's annoying. He really is, and he bugged me a lot throughout the entire season. The one thing that annoyed me was this man thought he was the shit. He honestly did. Who the fuck are you? You play basketball. Calm down, sir. Calm down. This man opened up the season talking about the pep rally, hyping the whole school up, comparing the people's deaths to a championship basketball game. What? So stupid. I don't know. That bugged me. So he opened the season up with that, and then he kind of pretty much ends the season with, or this part, at least part 1, he ended this with hyping up the townspeople to go after these kids. Who the fuck does this man is? What? He can just hype everybody up? I don't know. It was just weird. I don't like his character. And the fact that he was like, oh, the devil, he's the devil, they're all cults. And then Lucas' little sister was like, we're not a part of a cult, it's a Dungeons and Dragons club. Oh, that's just what they want you to think. No, oh my god, this guy is just so delusional, so I don't know, he pissed me off. I did not like him. And I don't know what's going to happen with his character. I mean, I hope Vecna kills him. I really did. That's what I was hoping for. I was like, dude, I hope this guy walks into the woods, tries to find Eddie, and then Vecna just, kills him. That's what I was hoping for. I don't know. Is that too harsh of me? Maybe it is. But I don't like that man. I don't even know his name. that just shows how much I like this character. No, God, he was annoying. I can't wait to see his death. Okay, so maybe that should have been in the dislike section. But with this whole storyline of them trying to figure out, who's Vecna, where is he, and figure out why are all the killings happening, and the storyline with Max, with Max being cursed by Vecna, that was all really interesting, and I loved it, just as much as I loved Eleven's storyline. I loved this one a lot. Every time they jumped back to this storyline, I was really happy because I was like, I want to know what happens next. There's a lot that is happening, and I was just like, man, just, come on, keep feeding me all this. I want to just keep watching it and never leave it. And when they did leave it, I was never like, oh, like I want to see it, because then it was either back to 11's storyline or back with Will, Mike, and Jonathan, and that's the next storyline I want to talk about. That one, I mean, it wasn't bad. It was still enjoyable, still watchable, and I was still intrigued by it because I was curious to see in the beginning how 11's life was in a new town, a new school with a whole bunch of new people. To see she was getting bullied, not have Will stand up for her was a little bothering and a little upsetting because I felt for 11. I was like, man, that sucks. She's just getting picked on and bullied because she's different and like she's shy and like, I don't know. That was messed up. And the whole roller skate scene, that was crazy. I did not expect that, and I wished her powers worked so she can just shove Angela through a wall or some shit. But I mean, a roller skate to the face works too. But then the whole scene with the military going and invading Jonathan and Will's house was a crazy scene and really, really well shot. The timing, the acting, everything about that scene was so well done and well executed, so good. The character of Argyle, and that's something I didn't mention about the last storyline, but I guess I'll mention it now. Another thing I loved about this season was the introduction to the new characters. Argyle, Eddie, Chrissy, what's his name, Fred. Even though Chrissy, Fred all died early on, it was still like nice and refreshing to see characters like that again, and I actually started liking those characters a lot, especially Eddie. Eddie is probably my favorite new character, probably everybody's favorite new character. He's funny, goofy, he is like a little like weird, but I mean, hey, I am too. And I like where his story went. From being accused to murdering Chrissy, to murdering other people throughout the town, to being a cult leader, and him being on the run, hiding from the cops, hiding from the townspeople. I like that aspect, and I like that he was able to go to the Upside Down and fight the Beast and see all that for himself. I thought that was interesting and nice to see. But I really liked his introduction. I liked Argyle's introduction. I liked that Argyle was the comedic relief in that storyline because he was high all the time. And it was just so funny to watch. And man, he's a pizza driver. He gets high. Sounds like somebody I know too, but I'm not going to say names. But I like this season a lot. I really do. There's so many positive things I have to say about it that outweigh the negative. And I can't wait for these last 2 episodes to come. And now I guess I want to save these last moments of the video to kind of speculate and theorize what I think will happen in these final 2 episodes. And also maybe a little bit about what will happen in the next season, because that is said to be the last season of the show. And I am so curious to see what they're going to do with it. And I'm so curious to see how is this season going to end. So to start on my theories on how the season will end, I think this showdown between 11 and Vecna is going to be intense and crazy. And it just seems like Vecna is like the big bad of it all. So powerful. He's like hard to defeat. But then they also mentioned the Mind Flayer again, who is trying to take over the world. And Vecna is a 5-star general, as Dustin put it. Now that I'm confused about real quick, and I want to talk about that. I know I was going to theorize, but I thought it was the opposite way around. I thought it was going to be Vecna being behind it all, starting everything, because he's number 1. He's the beginning. So I thought that's how it was going to play off, but it might, but according to what Dustin said, the Mind Flayer is a part of it. He's behind it all. So the way I see the season ending is 11 and Vecna battling, and then 11 defeating Vecna, of course, and then which will lead on to season 5, the final season, and then from there. The only other thing I can really theorize about the end of the season is they all come back together to defeat Vecna, and that's about it. Like, I don't know, maybe I'll be surprised when these 2 final episodes will come out, but with the way the season will end, I think it would be like that. It's so simple. I mean, it's just, I don't see them really doing anything else. I do hope, though, in the next season, in season 5, they will get ballsy and start killing characters. You know, part of me wanted Steve to die in this season. Not gonna lie to you guys. Part of me wanted that. Again, I am also glad that he survived. I really am. I just think it's about time that we see some of these characters start to die. I'm not saying like the important ones like Dustin or Mike or 11. I'm not saying those, but I'm just saying like maybe Nancy or maybe Steve or Robin. Kill people, you know, or maybe even Joyce or Hopper. Like, be ballsy, you know, kill somebody. If this show ends with all of them living happily ever after, then I've seen stranger things. You know, than this. I don't know, that was a bad pun. I'm just...
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
But with how I would want the show to end, I think it would be awesome to have 11 be the boss, the final boss that they have to defeat. Because they always have her as an ally, and she's always the one to defeat the evil. But when there's no evil to defeat, and she's left standing, she's now the most powerful being on the planet. Let's take her out. Let's go. You know, like, I don't know. Or if she turns evil, that would be a crazy way to end the show. It really would be. But I have a feeling this whole show, this whole season, will end off on a happy note. I really do think so. And if it did, I mean, I'm not going to be disappointed. I do like the show a lot. So if that happens, hey, that's cool. But be ballsy. So I know I said I was going to theorize everything, but I mean, I just realized I don't have a lot of theories about how I think the show's going to end. I mean, I feel like it's just going to be so self-explanatory on how it's going to end. But like I'm saying, I hope they surprise me. I really do hope they do. You know, I want to be surprised and I want to be proven wrong. I really do. More than anything right now, especially with this show, I want to be proven wrong. And this show, this season specifically, has surprised me a lot. So if they keep on track, I think this show will be up there on one of my favorites of all time. You know, it's definitely one of my favorites right now, and I'm dying to see the final 2 episodes, as I'm sure all of you are as well. But until then, we're just going to have to sit, wait, anticipate these final 2 episodes until they come out. And when they come out, you can bet your ass that I will be watching those 2 episodes the day of, unless I have work. And if I have work, then I'll watch it the day after, or when I get off of work. But we will see, and I will be doing videos on those. But I think that does it for today's video. I just want to thank you guys for tuning in, watching it, and make sure by the end of the video or throughout the video, you guys make sure to leave your thoughts and opinions on the season as well. I want to know what you guys think about this season. Do you guys like it? Is it your favorite? Is it your least favorite? Do you guys not like it? What is your least favorite part about the season, and what is your most favorite part about the season? Let me know everything you guys think about this season in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear them and talk about it with you guys. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much again for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button either, especially if you're new here. It will mean a lot to me and help out my channel greatly. So thank you again. I hope you guys have a good day today. Stay safe, spread the love, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a good day. Bye.